Good morning, students. A topic which we left in between to start chapter number 1, which is there is in your unit test. We conclude it again. Chapter number 10, gravitation numericals. Before starting the numericals, as we had done in the earlier exam chapters, we'll just make 5 columns. I'll give you all time. Hope you all might having your notebooks. Make 5 columns. Serial number, quantity, symbol, formula, and units. These are some basics which we will be writing down so that the numericals will be easy for you all. Hope you all will be sitting with your textbook also. All might have got your textbooks. Now first quantity. First quantity is force. It is symbolized by capital F. The formula is capital F equal to capital G M1 M2 upon R square. I repeat, capital F equal to capital G M1 M2 upon R square. The unit is Newton, comma, kg meter per second square. The unit is Newton, comma, kg meter per second square. Second formula for force from this chapter is F equal to m into g. I repeat, capital F equal to m into g, where g is acceleration due to gravity. The unit remains same. I repeat, the first quantity is force, symbolized by capital F. There are two formulas for force in this chapter. Capital F equal to Gm1 m2 upon R square, where second formula is F equal to mg. Unit is Newton, comma, kg meter per second square. Next quantity, gravitational constant, symbolized by capital G. Gravitational constant, symbolized by capital G. The formula is capital G equal to Fr square upon m1 m2. I repeat, capital G equal to Fr square upon m1 m2. Its unit is Newton meter square per kg square. I repeat, Newton meter square per kg square. The second quantity was gravitational constant, symbolized by capital G. The formula to find capital G is Fr square upon m1 m2. Unit is Newton meter square per kg square. Next quantity, that is weight, symbolized by W. The formula for weight is m into g. That is mass of the object into acceleration due to gravity. Its unit is Newton, comma, kg meter per second square. Repeat. Next quantity is weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. It is symbolized by capital W. Its formula is W equal to M into G, where M is the mass of the object, G is acceleration due to gravity. The unit is Newton, comma, kg meter per second square. Next is pressure. It is symbolized by capital P. Symbol is capital P. Formula is capital P equal to F upon A, where F stands for force, A stands for area. So in other words, pressure is the ratio of force applied upon area. Its unit is Newton per meter square or Pascal, which is symbolized as short Pa. Its unit is Newton per meter square, comma, Pa. Next quantity is density. Density is symbolized by capital D. It is the ratio of mass upon volume. I repeat, the next quantity is density. It is the ratio of mass upon volume. Its unit is kg per meter cube, comma, gram per centimeter cube. I repeat, kg per meter cube, comma, gram per centimeter cube. Hope you all might have written. Now moving on further to the numericals. Hope you all might have the test book. We'll just read the question of your first sum. The mass of the earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. So you are given the mass of the earth. And that of the moon is given 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kg. That value is also given to us. If the distance between the earth and the moon, that is the value of r, is 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer. The kilometer is to be converted into meter. Calculate the force exerted by the earth on the moon, where you have to take the value of capital G as 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. I repeat the question. The mass of the earth is given 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. The mass of the moon is also given, that is 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kg. If the distance between the earth and the moon, that is r, is given 3.84 to 10 raised to 5 kilometer, you are asked calculate the force exerted by the earth on the moon, where you have to take the value of universal gravitation constant capital G as 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So now over here, we'll write down, as we had seen in the earlier cases also, for the solution of the numerical, mass of the earth given 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg, mass of the moon given 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kg, distance between the earth and the moon, which is symbolized by r, is 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer. Now as we know, 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So we multiply 10 raised to 3 in place of kilometer to convert it into meter, because 1 kilometer is 10 raised to 3 meter. Now law of multiplication suggests if the bases are same, power will be added. So 10 raised to 5 into 10 raised to 3, that is 10 raised to 5 plus 3, it becomes 10 raised to 8. So the distance between the earth and the moon in meter is 3.8 into 10 raised to 8 meter. The value of capital G given to us is 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now substituting the value in the formula, capital F equal to capital G, capital M into small m upon r square. Here capital M is the value of the mass of the earth, whereas small m is the mass of the moon. Substituting the magnitude 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 6 into 10 raised to 24 into 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 upon 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter the whole square. Now, making use of law of multiplication, 6.7 into 6 into 7.4 into 10 raised to. Here addition of the powers will take place as the bases are same. So minus 11 plus 24 plus 22 upon 3.84 into 3.84 into 10 raised to 16. That is law of power of product. That gives us 6.7 into 6 into 7.4 into 10 raised to 35 upon 3.84 into 3.84 into 10 raised to 16. Now making use of law of division, a raised to m divided by a raised to n. If m is greater than n, then it is a raised to m minus n. So here you can see 10 raised to 35 minus 16. So 6.7 into 6 into 7.4 into 10 raised to 35 minus 16 upon 3.84 into 3.84 is equal to 2.02 into 10 raised to 20 Newton. This is the force applied. I will give you all time to write it down. So please conclude it out. The question is to be written from the test book. Now the second sum, which is given on page number 136. The question suggests a car falls off a ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 second, that is half a second. Let small g be 10 meter per second square so that the calculation is easy as mentioned in the test book. What is the speed on striking the ground? What is its average speed during the 0.5 second time? And how high is the ledge from the ground? So I repeat, a car falls off a ledge that is from a particular height to the ground in 0.5 seconds. Here you are given acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per second square so that the calculation can be easy. So here you will first of all write down the question. Now the given part, time is given half a second, that is 0.5 second. Now the vehicle is falling from a particular height, so its initial velocity is taken as 0. Capital G, that is small g, is 10 meter per second square given to us. Clear? Next, here the acceleration of the car will be also 10 meter per second square. Now you are asked first of all, what is the speed on striking the ground? That is, you are asked the final velocity. So the formula suggests V equal to U plus AT. V equal to 0 plus AT because the value of U is given 0. So V equal to AT. A is acceleration of the car, that is 10 meter per second square. The time taken is 0.5. So 10 into 0.5, that is 5 meter per second. So the speed on striking the ground is 5 meter per second. Second, you are asked the average speed during 0.5 second. Average speed, the formula is u plus v upon 2. Here u is 0, 0 plus 5 upon 2. 5 is the magnitude which we have got from the first case. So 0 plus 5 upon 2, that is 5 by 2. The answer is 2.5 meter per second. So the average speed is calculated by the formula u plus v upon 2. That is 0 plus 5 upon 2, 5 by 2. That is 2.5 meter per second. Next is you are asked at which particular height from the ground the particular car has fallen. So distance travel d equal to ut plus half at square. 0 into 0.5 plus half into 10 into 0.5 the whole square. 0, if multiplied with any number, the answer is 0. So half of 10 into 0.5 into 0.5. That is half of 10 into 0.25. 2 ones are 2 fives are. The answer turns out to be 1.25 meter. I repeat the question. A car falls off a ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 seconds. You are given the value of small g 10 meter per second square. In the first case, you were asked the speed, that is the final velocity at which the particular vehicle will be striking the ground, which is to be calculated by the formula v equal to u plus at. The answer turned out to be 5 meter per second. Second question in that was, what is its average speed during 0.5 seconds? So that we calculated by the formula u plus v upon 2, that is equal to 0 plus 5 upon 2, 5 by 2, that is 2.5 meter per second. Third content which was asked was distance traveled, or at a height at which the car has fallen towards the ground. So d equal to ut plus half at square. It is 0 into 0.5 plus half into 10 into 0.5 the whole square. On calculating it, it turns out to be 1.25 meter. I'll give you all time to write it down. Please write it down. The question is to be written in from your test book. If you all revise the formulas, then the sums are easy for you all. Time is given half second, that is 0.5 second. The vehicle is falling from a height, so its initial velocity is 0. Moving on further to the third numerical. In which the question suggests an object is thrown vertically upward, that is against the gravitational force, and rises to a height of 10 meter. Calculate the velocity with which the object was thrown upward. First part, the time taken by the object to reach the highest point. So here you are asked its initial velocity as well as the time taken to reach a particular height. So here the distance is given 10 meter. The final velocity of this object will be 0 meter per second. Acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second. But the acceleration of the object which you are able to see is in the opposite direction. So it will be negative 9.8 meter per second square. I'll just show you all. It is written over here. In order to find the initial velocity, the formula v square equal to u square plus 2ad. Here v is 0, 0 the whole square is 0. equal to u square plus 2 into negative 9.8 into 10. Why we have taken negative 9.8? Because the body is thrown vertically upward. It is in the opposite direction of gravitational force. So we have taken negative 9.8. That implies 0 equal to u square minus 2 into 9.8 can be written as 98 upon 10 into 10. 10 10 gets cancelled, so we get 0 equal to u square minus 98 twos are 196. So that is 0 equal to u square minus 196. So bringing 196 towards the LHS part, you get 196 is equal to u square. Taking square root on both the side, you get u equal to 14 meter per second. So the initial velocity of this particular object is 14 meter per second. Second instant, you are asked the time taken to reach the highest point. So v equal to u plus 80. V is 0, u you have obtained 14 minus. Why here minus sign of acceleration? Because you are told that the body is thrown vertically upward. So minus 9.8 into t. Bringing the 80 term, that is a minus term, 9.8 into t towards the LHS part, it becomes positive. So 9.8 into t equal to 14. So t equal to 14 divided by 9.8. That is equal to 1.43 second. So in this question, you are told that an object is thrown vertically upward and rises to a height of 10 meter. We are asked to calculate the velocity with which the object was thrown upward, that is its initial velocity, and second instant the time taken by the object to reach the highest point. So I'll give you some time, you can write it down. Now for example number 4 and 5, you need to move on page number 138. But just conclude this particular thing out. Or you can conclude it from your textbooks. Moving on to the fourth numerical. You are told mass of an object is 10 kg. What is its weight on the earth? So mass of an object is given 10 kg. Acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. As we know, weight of an object is m into g. That is mass of an object into acceleration due to gravity. So 10 into 9.8. So 10 into 9.8 can be written as 98 upon 10. 10 10 gets cancelled. So the answer is 98 Newton. We are given the mass of an object is 10 kg. What is its weight on the earth? So here acceleration due to gravity is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. Weight equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. So W equal to 10 into 9.8. That is W equal to 10 into 98 upon 10. So weight equal to 98 Newton. Now the fifth numerical. An object weighs 10 Newton when measured on the surface of the earth. So weight of the person on the surface of the earth, that is WE, is given 10 Newton. What would be its weight when measured on the surface of the moon? So you ask Wm. As we have derived the formula, weight of the person on the moon is 1 by 6 times weight of the person on earth. So weight of the person on moon equal to 1 by 6 into 10. 2 3s are, 2 5s are. So that is weight of the person on the moon is 5 by 3. That is 1.67 Newton. The weight of the person on the earth is 10 Newton, and the weight of the person or the object on moon will be 1.67 Newton. It is to be calculated by the formula weight of the object or a person on moon equal to 1 by 6 into weight of the object on earth. Wm equal to 1 by 6 into 10, that is 5 by 3. 1.67 Newton. Moving further to the next question, there is numerical number 6, which is given on page number 139. A block of wood is kept on a tabletop. The mass of the wooden block is given 5 kg. Dimension of it is given 40 centimeter, 20 centimeter, and 10 centimeter. So it is in the format of a cuboid. So that is L into B into H. So length of the wooden block is given 40, breadth is given 20, height is given 10 centimeter. You ask find the pressure exerted by the wooden block on the tabletop if it is made to lie on the tabletop with its sides of dimension 20 into 10 centimeter and 40 into 20 centimeter. So here in the question you can see the mass of the wooden block is given 5 kg. The dimension of the wooden block is given L into B into H, that is 40 into 20 into 10. Now weight of the wooden block applies thrust on the tabletop. So F equal to M into G. That is 5 into 9.8. 9.8 is acceleration due to gravity. So reduction of it gives you 49 Newton. 5 into 9.8 can be written as 98 upon 10. 5 ones are 5 twos are 2 ones are 2 49s are. So that is 49 Newton. The area of the side of the table is L into B. You are given first dimension is 20 into 10. 20 into 10 gives you 200 centimeters square, which is 0.02 meters square. As per the formula of pressure, pressure is the ratio of force upon area. So 49 upon 0.02, that is 49 upon 2 upon 100, which reduces to give us 2450 Newton per meter square. I repeat, pressure is the ratio of force upon area. 49 upon 0.02, which can be written as 49 upon 2 upon 100, which reduces to give us 2450 Newton per meter square. This is the first instant. The second instant you are told if this particular wooden block lies on the dimension of 40 into 20 centimeter, but it exerts the same thrust, that is 49 Newton. So area equal to L into B, that is 40 into 20, that is 800 centimeter square. Converting into meter square, it gives you 0.08 meter square. Now pressure equal to force upon area. So 49 upon 0.08. So 49 upon 8 upon 100. So it reduces to give you 1225 upon 2, which is equal to 612.5 Newton per meter square. In the second instant, the dimension, length and breadth of the particular block is to be lying is 40 into 20. So area will be 800 centimeter square, which converted into meter square gives you 0.08 meter square. Substituting the values in pressure, the reduction form gives us 1225 upon 2. That is 612.5 Newton per meter square. Now moving on to the last sum of this particular chapter, that is given on the page number 142. We are given the relative density of silver is 10.8, whereas the density of water is given 10 raised to 3 kg per meter cube. 10 raised to 3 can be written as 1000. What is the density of silver in SI unit? So we'll write down whatever is given to us. That is relative density of silver is 10.8. Now here you can see the unit is missing because it is unitless. Density of water is given 1000 kg per meter cube. Now as per the formula of relative density of silver is density of silver upon density of water. In order to find the density of silver, relative density of silver is to be multiplied with density of water. So that is 10.8 into 1000. 10.8 into 1000. So 10.8 can be written as 108 upon 10 into 1000. 0 gets cancelled. The magnitude is 10,800 kg per meter cube. Here you were given relative density and density of water. You were asked density of silver. From the general formula, relative density of silver equal to density of silver upon density of water. From that, you can derive the formula density of silver equal to relative density of silver into density of water. That is 10.8 into 1000, which gives you 10,800 kg per meter cube. Hope you all might have understood the numericals. Just write it down in your books.